Slack runs a company called Viventi Being Limited. The company delivers training in customer service, management and sales. How important is customer service to the success of a company?
Well, I suppose before we answer that, it's probably good to ask ourselves, why do we have companies? What are the purpose of companies? And we might get answers like, well, businesses are there to make profit. Or somebody has created an innovative new design or a new product, and the business is there to take the product to market. Or we might say that businesses are there to give people jobs. Businesses are there to create profit. But at the centre of all of those things, a business cannot exist, whether it's service or product oriented, without the customer. So intrinsically, the customer has to be at the centre of the business. And that's really what we mean by being customer-centric.
What are the key areas to consider in customer service?
Well, the key focus of customer service is, what do the customers consider customer service to be? And in that, it's very, very important that we go out to the customers and ask them in the first instance, what do they want? How do they want things to be delivered? What timescales are appropriate for them for responses, for example? What level of communication do they want from your business and do they expect? And that's what we mean when we say that good customer service is about meeting customer expectation and creating good customer experience. The important thing about businesses is having customers at the centre of the business, and having the business focused on what's important to that customer. An important point to think about actually there is that it's said that it costs 6 times more at least to win a new customer than it does to retain an existing customer. Therefore, we have to think about what kind of service we offer in order to retain our customers.
How has customer service evolved over the years?
Well, traditionally, businesses went to market with products, and they succeeded or failed based on good technology, good products. We then see battles on price, and then we see all commodities out there at the same price. We see the world becoming heavily commoditised. In other words, people selling the same commodity, the same product at the same price. The only big differentiator then is service. And that has become increasingly difficult. What we're actually now focused on is customer experience, the emotional attachment the customer has to a product, and how prepared they are to go out of their way to go to you as a supplier rather than the other person.
How can a company measure customer satisfaction?
I think in terms of measuring customer satisfaction, it's really important to understand the customer journey and the points at which the customer touches the business throughout that journey. And these are typically called customer touch points. And they will be things like advertising, marketing, word of mouth, and measure how appreciated that is by the customer. Secondly, the customer's initial point of contact with the business. Is it walking in through a retail shop door, or is it walking into a business's reception area? What kind of reception are they getting? How do they feel about it? And then we move on to how quickly the sales areas and the customer services areas are responding to customers. and what level of experience they're delivering the customers, and how that then leads to customer retention, which is absolutely critical. And we also can't forget the after-sales experience that customers have once they take your product or service home or back into their businesses. How is it working for them, and how do we react to them when it goes wrong? So we want to get out to the customer, speak to them, and encourage them to give us their feedback so that we can understand how that works for them and how it's working for us.